Welcome to Dialing Out, your go-to podcast for all things B2B lead generation in German-speaking markets. I'm Kim, your guide into the dynamic world of telemarketing, where every call counts and every lead is a potential opportunity. In our first episode, we'll lay the groundwork for what's to come in our podcast series. But first, let's introduce ourselves. We are OB2B, a B2B agency specializing in telemarketing services tailored specifically for German-speaking countries. With years of experience and a team dedicated to driving results, we're here to share insights, strategies, and stories from the front lines of B2B lead generation. With me today are Matija and Dominka. Could you please introduce yourselves? Matija?
Hi, I'm Matija. Hi, I'm Matija. I'm the CEO of the OB2B company and I'm here now.
Hi, I'm Dominka. I'm head of business development at OB2B for the past 8 years.
Great to have you with me today. So now imagine this, the sound of a ringing phone, the anticipation of a potential connection, and the excitement of uncovering new business opportunities. Well, that's basically what we do. But in today's digital age, where emails and social media dominate the marketing landscape, why does telemarketing still hold its ground? Maybe for those who might be skeptical about the effectiveness of telemarketing, what would you say to them?
I would say that telemarketing is effective, but not for everybody and not for every company. You have a lot of sales channels and, for example, email marketing. You can send emails, you can go on LinkedIn to make outreach to the companies and you can call them. So I don't like the phrase like telemarketing because it's outbound outreach through the phone. So it's only a channel. So yeah. It is effective, but not for everybody. In layman terms, if you have like something or you have a product or service that is average deal value of 4,000 euro or up or higher, then 99% it's for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, that's an easy one because those two you mentioned, email marketing and what was the other one? Social media marketing. Are quite indirect, and telemarketing or outbound is very direct and still very personal and makes sales human.
Mm-hmm. And how does then telemarketing fit into our agency strategies for B2B lead generation? So why telemarketing in OB2B? Why not something else?
Nice question. I would say because it's harder to do it. And you can differentiate your company if you're doing something that is really hard and you need to have knowledge to do it. And for example, if you, it's not a knockoff on email marketing, but you can now do like automate everything. And there are a lot of companies that do it. So how do you choose the right one who is using the AI to? So it makes sense for us. And for example, in 2015, it was the 15 or 16 that we started to do it. We didn't do like business to customer. We started business to business because it's harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was exactly my next question. What was the idea from the beginning and how did it develop to what we have today?
Oh, wow. It was a really long time ago. I think that we started as a sales consultancy. And after that, it was something like, if you can teach the people, why don't you teach your own people and then outsource it? So I think that was the concept. And I think because it was like 11 years ago and I'm not sure when somebody asks someone like, how did you start it all? And then they have like the book about it. I don't think it's genuine because you can't remember it all. You really can't remember because every day is a different day and every day is like a snippet of something that changed your direction in how you're going to lead your company. So yeah, I'm not sure how it all started and how we ended up here, but I'm glad that we ended up here as 2024.
Yeah.
From your point of view?
Yeah, it's a very unclear beginning, to be honest. Not sure today why I stayed. It was just against all odds, and that's what drove me here. And by getting all the people in the company and seeing that something can be created out of nothing, and that the people are really the strength of the company, it makes sense now, kind of. Well, but why telemarketing? It was there, and we just started to do it, and it developed into something that OB2B is today. Really unclear to me.
Well, I remember it was, I think, 7 years ago when I joined. And I was thinking, wow, they are such pros. They're doing, their job so seriously. I didn't know that you guys basically just started also.
We lied to you or?
Maybe. But it really seemed like, okay, we're working with people from Germany. We are doing something serious. They're paying us. We're doing stuff for them, making appointments, meetings, clients. Those terms, are so big back then. And then when I see it from this point of view, then now I can see that it wasn't that serious. We weren't what we are today. So it's an interesting perspective.
It was really serious for that time. Now it seems like a little bit like a joke when you see what you've done out of it. And how many people have joined and have crossed through our company, and how many clients we've had so far, and how far we've come, and how much we've learned through those clients that were our clients in the past 10 years. Yeah. It's funny.
Good. So what would you say are some common challenges that business face when it comes to generating B2B leads, and how can we help? How do we help?
Well, I basically think that they mostly don't have an idea how to approach their leads. It's the easiest way is to automate something, find some leads somewhere from some lead generation agencies who don't do the direct approach as we do it. A lot of companies are aware of the idea of telemarketing and outbound, and that it is really important for them to have it in their company. Others are afraid to do it themselves or don't have the time. And I think the part that they don't have the time but know that they need to do it is when they come to us, or is the ideal client for us, because we know, okay, we can give you something that you're maybe a bit afraid to do, you don't have the time, and you really don't want to do it in the end. So that's the best ground for us to start a business with somebody else. And I think everybody can use it and everybody needs it, but it's just the idea behind it. Do you really want it to be something for a really short campaign? If you want that, then that's probably not the best way to do it with an agency like we are. Or do you want to do it long term and really see that you need help and that you need to do it for a couple of years with somebody, and that you cannot do it yourself, and that you don't have the people in-house who can do it? And I basically think that's the main problem with the companies, and why they're striving to even deal or start to deal with that idea of doing outbound by themselves or with somebody else.
Matija?
I really have nothing to add to this. But the main problem, I would say that it's the lack of time, and it's not knowledge. I think that they have knowledge. The companies have knowledge how to approach their leads, but it's really more of, I don't have time to have put the knowledge to really get the leads and to make something of it. and they don't know one metric, the easiest metric of all, customer acquisition cost. And I think that's the problem when somebody asks, is telemarketing effective? So it's not about is it effective, it's about is it effective for you, for your leads that you want to generate. How do I mean it? I mean it like, if you have money and you have time to generate those leads, what I mean with the time, if you want to have leads in like 3 months, or do you want it in 6 months, and do you want it in 2 years? Mm-hmm. If you want it in 2 years, then maybe telemarketing is not the best option for you. But if you wanted to have it sooner, then telemarketing is going to pay off. And that doesn't mean that you cannot do other channels. It just means that everything should be put in the context of what do you want to achieve and when do you want to achieve it. So, yeah.
I was thinking about commitment also to the leads, because we had projects, long-term projects, where people tell you, we're not ready now, but call us in a year. And you really have to be committed. And I can imagine that some businesses, some companies really not only don't have time, but don't have time in a year to think about calling someone who they spoke to a year ago. Just this one person maybe, or a few. And we're here really to be committed to those leads and really nourish them in a sense, so we could then call them and talk to them when the time is right for them. So it's really something to have someone who's only doing that. With that, you can focus then on other things. So it's also a plus, I'd say. Sets telemarketing apart in that market. So why is it, if you can maybe compare it to some other markets?
Well, we mainly work on the DACH market, which is probably still the best market to do outbound in. We tried it several times on the UK market, but it showed that it is really closed towards outbound, and they are rather into the mailing business. Which works effectively there, but in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria, it's still really a good way to get to the decision makers, to find a way into the heart of the company through the phone. And people still answer the phones. People still are happy to hear somebody's voice and to talk about specific stuff. So I guess that's why we're still there and will be there for a couple more years. Hopefully the UK market will open up again sometime.
Maybe. But if it can be an email, why call the Brits, right?
Yeah, why not? If it works there, it's okay.
Yeah.
But still,
for
in
them,
the end, they go back to the phone.
Yeah,
or to a meeting, to a personal meeting.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not somebody who reads their mails all the time, or when I see it's a cold mail, I just skip it, open it. That was it. Especially if there's no signature down there. And if there's just a name, then I'm furious. But the Brits like it, so
yeah.
I would argue that email is not working in UK. It is
working.
It's just because telemarketing is not working. I would not say not working. It's really saturated because everybody is calling on the UK, because everybody know English today, and so you have multiple countries that want to sell to UK, and they are not trying to sell to Germany, for example, because they don't know the language, and they are calling in English, but it's not the same if you call in the native language of the country that you're calling, or you using English only. So I mean, it's because of the situation in the UK, but that they like the emails. Nobody likes emails. I mean, nobody is reading those emails. I'm not really reading that. I think that it's because if you get one email in a month, you're going to read it. If you have like 10 of them in a day, I think that you're not going to put your focus on those emails because you have a daily job and you have your tasks and you don't have time for that. And if you don't have time, then you didn't see the message that is intended for you. Maybe it resolves your pain, but you don't have time to read it.
So can you guys maybe share some successful strategies or techniques that we are employing in B2B telemarketing?
Just call.
Just call.
Just call. It's really easy. The formula is really easy. You have to have quantity and quality. Mm-hmm. The quality are the people and their ability to learn stuff and to talk. And the quantity is the amount of leads you put into a campaign, because you cannot expect to close 10 deals if you just put 15 prospects into a funnel. So you really have to have quantity to exercise your calling, to exercise what you're trying to sell, to find the people, to develop the relationships with them, to master your profession in that,
to be bold,
to practice to be bold, which is really important in telemarketing, in calling people you don't know, to just set a little stamp there so that they remember you on the second call, and so they know, okay, oh, nice, that's the nice lady from OB2B that called me, or from that company that has outsourced us. So it's quite easy. The formula is quite clear. And what we basically do for our clients is what we do for ourselves. We just copy paste it. We find the leads, we prepare the pipelines, we prepare the scripts, we prepare the emails that go out later. So we send emails too, but not before the calls. And once we see in the call that the prospect is warm or hot or has something to offer or is a good client for our partners, then we arrange a meeting, and that's basically what we do for ourselves as well.
Okay. That was also something I wanted to ask, is how do we ensure that those leads that are generated through telemarketing are really qualified and aligned with what the client's target is?
Well, we have a quite detailed setup before every project that we do, where we try to find out as much as we can about the potential or ideal client of our partners. And that's basically the ground we set before doing the first calls. And after we do a couple of calls, and after we've talked to a couple of people, and after we've had a couple of briefings with our partners, we learn more and more and try to put the focus on the better leads, on whatever is more focused into getting a good hot lead to our client. And well, it's just good communication between us and our partners. And then I guess basically every project is successful.
I would add that it's easier if they have clients, if our client have clients, that then he knows who are his buyers. And then it's easier for us to make a ideal client profile or something to target the list and to make the list. But if they don't have it and they are new on the market, then you have to go with an educated guess. Who would try to buy from us or something, and then we can talk and put some pointers in it, like maybe not that industry, maybe it's better that industry, maybe not the companies over the headcount over 1,000, maybe it's better to target, I don't know, 50 to 500, not 1,000. And and then we talk and put some pointers, and then we iterate. When we see after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we see that it's okay or it's not okay. If it's okay, super. If it's not okay, then we change the approach, and then we change the list for the industry or the headcount. Or so it the communication between us and the client, it's really, really important. I mean, it's like I don't know, maybe it's a cringe to say the communication is everything, but yeah, communication is really everything, because they need to know if they have clients, it's okay. If they don't have clients, it's hard, but yeah, we're here to help and to make the project the best that we can do.
That's something I always liked in our approach, because some other projects and some other companies I've been working on, they were like how it was set from the beginning in one way, and till the end, no changes. If it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well. You're just going, and there's not much space to develop, to change, or something like that. So this is really what I liked in our project, that if it doesn't work, it's not, oh well. You really try and do something, change something. And when I see our BDRs who really then see that project as their baby, and they want to make some changes because it's then more interesting for them. They don't want to just call and have no results. So they want to make some changes. The client our partner wants to make some changes. So the whole team works together. I think that's really, really a great thing.
I mean, if we don't provide results, we're going to get sacked.
Of course.
Yeah, we need to try to make it more successful, of course.
But not everyone does it, because that's why I mentioned that. So yeah,
I think it's a common sense to try to make it the best that you can do. Yeah,
definitely is.
A lot of things are common sense. Hey. Well, since it's noon somewhere, we decided to loosen up a little with a bottle of fine wine and
glass
to telemarketing.
You could have said glass.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
I'm super loose now. Woo!
Relax.
Let's talk about KPIs.
Yes, such a relaxing topic. Okay, so Matja, now a topic that you like.
Okay.
Wine.
Wine.
We're talking about wine.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, take a sip.
Ooh.
Please remember, we're only going to scratch the surface with this one, and we're going to talk about it in some of our next episodes, I hope. So, KPIs. What are some key metrics that OB2B tracks to measure the effectiveness of lead generation and telemarketing campaigns?
Okay, we track a lot of metrics, but if we talk about if we are talking about
the key metrics,
but qualitative metrics, not quantitative, qualitative, then we have two metrics that are really, really important. One is telephone decision maker reach, and the other one is pass rate. So what does it mean when I say telephone decision maker reach? For example, you have 100 companies that you want to get through the gatekeeper and go to the decision maker and talk with him. So if you talked with him, you get a point in the telephone decision maker section. And the pass rate is how much of those decision makers said that they are really interested in your product. So those two KPIs are the most important in phone outreach or telemarketing for business-to-business companies.
Okay, good.
Maybe Dominka wants to
add something. No,
yes.
that was perfect. Those are my favorite KPIs
as well. Okay,
they make a lot of sense. They definitely do. I use them every day.
Really?
Yes, and I watch them every day.
That's so nice. Okay, can you guys walk us through a successful case study where our efforts led to significant business growth for our partner? Of course, without naming names.
No. Well, yes, there. I'd say that there haven't been a lot unsuccessful projects at our company. There have maybe been projects where the client wasn't super patient and didn't want to stay as long and just wanted to try a company that does telemarketing to see whether it's something for them or not. The most important thing is to bring patient with you when you're starting a new campaign, because it's not happening overnight. But there are a couple of success stories. One was particularly interesting for me because I thought when the client, I think we acquired him, he didn't reach out to us. And I was like, oh God, okay, I think this is not going to be a really successful project, because it was a really small company. They did something in the section of e-commerce and web design, and there are so many companies on the market right now who do that. And it was like 4 people at that company at that time. And I was like, yeah, okay, if they really want to do it, let's do it with them. In the end, it was a really good cooperation that lasts till today, where we had a successful campaign in which, after like first section of the campaign, they just wanted to do 2 months to see how it's going to work, and then it was super successful, and they had to hire more people, which means that they had a lot of success in closing the deals, despite what I thought at the beginning. And this is just a way to show how telemarketing can really be successful at any business, even when you think it's something, okay, it's a really saturated market over there at that branch that they are trying to sell. In the end, it shows that really the good communication that we had, that we were really dedicated to the project, that the client was really dedicated to working with the leads that we gave them, which is a really important segment as well. It's not just our job that we do, that we generate the leads, that we send interested potential prospects to our clients. It's really important from their side to keep on contacting them, to keep on talking to them, to follow up on all their offers that they do. And that's what they did. And that's why they had to hire more people. Now they're growing, thanks to us.
That's very nice. Great. Thanks.
And who is the client?
A German client.
German?
A German client, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from Germany.
From Germany?
Yeah,
okay.
A German client from Germany.
But if you want to see some references, then www.ob2b.io. Check it out. Tell me, please, how important is personalization in B2B telemarketing?
Not at all.
Why not?
That's a joke, of course.
Yeah.
But it's not that important. It's not. I think when you are talking to somebody at the phone,
you adapt.
You adapt automatically.
Yes.
You're not going to have a script and just read it out loud to the person on the other side of the phone.
You might, but we don't.
We won't do that. I think in emails, it's nice to personalize a little bit. It's nice if you have that inside information that can help the other person, especially if you haven't talked to him, her. Then it's good to have like a little point, little strategy, little personalization, which they're going to like, or which is going to light their bulb in their head. But at the phone, it's personal. It's always personal because you listen to the person on the other side. You try to understand their pain points and try to give them a piece of the company you're calling for.
What do you think about personalization?
I think it's great if it doesn't impact the quantity of your work. For example, if I'm going to personalize every call, so I have one company and I'm going to invest 3 hours of my time to personalize it perfectly, it's not going to work because I'm going to make 2.5 calls in a day. So that doesn't make sense. But personalization, as Dominika said, it's about adapting inside of the conversation, not before. Does he like horses, or does he like cats, or who cares? But to adapt with body language cues to match the speed of the speech of your
so match the energy, let's say.
The energy, the talk, the speed of speech, a lot of things, and the how he talks, about what he talks and everything. So personalization, she said, in email
or on LinkedIn.
Yeah, but it's so
sometimes it can be too much, it can be
it's like hi Mattia, it's fine. But hi Mattia, I see that you worked in please.
How's
no.
your sister doing? No, sometimes it's just too much. It goes into that stalking tone, that he has stalked you and seen your posts and I don't know, stuff like that. That's cringe sometimes, really. But it can be good. It can be done very well. And I think LinkedIn allows, and it is that kind of platform where you can personalize stuff. But mainly the personalization on LinkedIn is still automated, you sense it, it's your name, it's your position, it's your title, it's whatever you've posted a couple days ago, if you've posted something, or if you, I don't know, liked a company, then they just mention it, which doesn't make much sense, If somebody is following your post and then sends you a message which makes sense or refers to your post, then okay, hey, he has been reading stuff I've been posting. That's nice. Maybe he has something to say something to say which can help us.
But the content.
But sometimes it's not that.
You can make AI automate that also.
Yes, but I think you still sense it.
You can sense it.
Yeah, there is a feeling of
great comment on the post of please. The comment is great comment.
Nobody does great comments on posts.
When we talk
Kim,
about
please drink your wine because
I should keep up, right?
I'm going to end up on the camera as alcoholic because
on the camera.
Just on the camera.
When we talk about personalization, I always think when someone says, hi, Kim, okay, that's personalization, cool. But then comes a message this big that doesn't have to do anything with me. So, and I'm like, did you maybe see what our company does? Did you maybe check what I do in the company? So I'm totally not the person. So you took the time to see my name and not write dear Mr. or Mrs. or something generic. So you took the time to see what my name is, but you didn't take the time to see if I'm really the person you want to talk to. So for me, then you can write whatever you want. You can ask how my family is doing, how my dog is doing or anything. But if the message doesn't translate to me and if I don't get the okay, this is for me, right? Wow, cool. So I feel that this is something for me, then it's not personalized.
Yeah. That's why I have to call the people.
Yes.
You want to acquire.
Yes. And then you ask, are you the right person? And I tell you, yes, I am, or no, I'm not. That's a better approach. Believe it or not, we are almost done.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We just started to drink wine.
Yeah,
the
we
wine
just
is
started having fun, right?
Yeah. Let's do another episode.
Oh, that would be crazy.
In German, maybe.
Maybe. But okay, looking ahead, what trends do you foresee shaping the future of B2B lead generation? And how are we preparing to adapt? Are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to prepare every day, not because there is some AI that is coming and it's going to replace us all. It's not going to replace us because every customer wants to talk with a human being and wants to have human touch. If it's so easy to sell through AI, then just have a big email list or send it personalized to the extreme and everybody's buying, but we all know that it's not that case. Maybe with the products of $10, but if you have to invest $100,000 or euros into a product, then I believe that you want to talk with a human being, not with a robot or AI who is going to impersonate the human. You're going to talk with a human being. So I'm not worried about AI, but we need to adapt in the sense that we know how to use it and how to be more productive and effective with it. It's a tool. It's not a replacement for. I hate when I see on the LinkedIn SDR function is going to die. Yeah, but what do SDRs do now? Like everything you can read is, oh, we are sending emails and we do social outreach on LinkedIn, and because they don't want to call, because it's heavy to call. It's really hard. So I think that everybody's looking for an easy way out in the scope of work. So it's easier to send email. It's easier to send LinkedIn requests. It's hard to dial and to go through gatekeeper and go to decision maker and die hard and then book a meeting, qualified meeting that should be called SQL because it's qualified. So I think that because it's hard, everybody's trying to look an easy way out, and there is no easy way when you're selling something that is like $100,000.
Yeah. A message wouldn't do.
No.
The question was about how we are going to adapt to trends. Well, I think we're just going to go with the flow and going to do a daily business. I don't think that telemarketing is going to die anytime soon because it's still really personal, and that's not something that can be changed with some super great automation or with some voiceovers that will take over our business. But I'm sure that while the rest of us will be doing our daily business, dealing with our clients, managing our projects, managing the people, managing the calls, Mattia will have the time to sit down and look into the trends and just come into the office and annoy us with new stuff.
As per usual.
As usual.
Yeah. And we're not looking forward to it.
Great. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
That's it?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
It was a pleasure talking to you guys. I really think that we touched on the basic topics when it comes to telemarketing and lead generation and what we do as a company. So now it's time to dig deeper into lead generation, telemarketing, B2B. So stay tuned. There's plenty more to come. Thanks for listening and bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.